Well, that didn't quite go to plan. I've just been to my old storage unit place in Basingstoke, so it's about 8 miles away from where I am. Because when I was there, they had big biffer bins full of cardboard all the time. I was fine for cardboard. It was actually glorious. Glorious, yeah. I just went there to go and get some more, thinking, yeah, but sounds pop up, fill up, sweet. They've got padlocks on there now. So that failed miserably. But while I was there, I was close to the range. So I went and picked up the last 3 boxes that they had left. Couldn't find the lids. When I got there, the lady said, I'll do you 10% off, but you can't refund them because they have no lids. I said, that's fine. I don't use the lids anyway. And then while I was in there, I found a big cardboard box and filled it with loads of little boxes as well. I just need some cardboard. I have got my basket full on kite packaging to buy some stuff, but I thought, no, before I spend exuberant, that's not even the right word, extortionate amounts of money for cardboard, which I normally do. I do buy the small boxes, but the big boxes, I don't buy them. I thought I'd try and find them, but we failed anyway. So whatever, I've pulled up now to the charity shop. I'm going to go inside and see if I can't find anything, and then I'm going to take you home and go through some sales. It is the first working day, shall we say, after getting home from the eBay Open. And I'll give you some of my thoughts on that as well when I get back, and some thoughts on the people that I met and how I viewed the place and viewed the people. Yeah. So let me go and see if I can find some bits in here first. Oh, and of course, I'm sorry, I can't take you in with me, but I'll show you if I pick anything up. It's been open for an hour now, so any like fresh stuff is probably gone, but I'm sure we can still do okay. You wait there, just wait there a minute. So as you saw in there, the prices are starting to creep up. There is new management and stuff in there, and I think there's been a few changes and whatever else. The stuff isn't great at the moment, and the prices are quite high for what is there. I don't know if that's going to change anytime soon once they settle in all these new changes. But we picked up a little laughing Elmo thing. It does work. Sorry mate. And a Sony HF cassette, 75 pence. That'll probably bring back about 6 quid, 7 quid. And Elmo will bring me back about 15, I'd say, from £3. Not too bad at all, but that's not what we're going to charity shops for, is it? I don't really need this stock right now. I'm just going to go in because I'm close. Right, let's get home and have a look at some sales that I've got going out and have a little discussion about the eBay Open 2025. So as I was saying, I went to get some cardboard, couldn't get any. We've got a few little bits there. Those are some nice pieces. But I did need some more tubs because I want to extend my SKU system. I want to extend my SKU system across. So LMNP, QR, I've got 3 there. STU, that'll be plenty for me. And it'll just enable me to actually list some more stuff. Because if you can see here, all of these boxes are chock-a-block. There's like little gaps here and there. I don't want little gaps here and there. I want to just grab a box and fill it. Should be able to get most of this stuff on there now with those 3 boxes. And obviously as we go along, we're going to be selling stuff as well, so we're going to make more space from selling it. There we go, it's all done now. I've extended A, B, C, D, E, F all the way to GH across to the end of my shelving. Down to the bottom again, L, M, and a P. And then Q. I've lost a sheet of Leanne's lovely labels. Bless her, she made me some cool labels. I've lost them, but she left some blank. So I've written an R and I've written an S. QRS, so I've got R, S, and I couldn't find the T either because I lost the sheet, so I turned the Y into a T. So I've got 3 more empty boxes there, plus these ones here. These are actually unlisted clothing, so they'll get listed eventually and give me that back. But yeah, we've almost got a whole wall of boxes, and then obviously the space and stuff in between, and of course the space on top for the anomaly items, which I do organise as the spaces go. So yeah, happy with that for now. Thank you for the labels, Liam. Well, I do have a few sales to go over right now. In fact, will that fit there? Oh, it will. I can use that as will it sit there? Oh, yes, it will. We've got a few sales to go over now. Not too many. I haven't listed much over the last few days. I actually put my shop on holiday mode while I went to Birmingham, just to extend sometimes. Because I'm very self-aware and it takes me a few days to get myself back into the routine of things once I've been somewhere or been away for a bit. But anyway, right, we're going to start over on Vinted first, I think, because there's a few more, to be fair, there's more on Vinted than there is on eBay. Because obviously I didn't holiday mode my shop on Vinted because you have about 9 years to send a parcel. So I didn't feel the need to. So Kyle has picked up another bundle. Kyle, really appreciate it, mate. He's picked up a load of bits off me now. He says his collection's grown. I remember talking to you on the live stream. He's picked up the Scuderia Ferrari shoes, like roller shoes, and the Yoke watch. Little bundle there. No, wait, that's not you. Sorry, mate, I bet you're thinking, what? I didn't order that. Let me back here. Kyle has picked up a big box of like Papo figures, knights and soldiers, loads of horses and stuff like that. And a Harry Potter Lego set that I picked up at the weekend. He's paid £12 for that. That Papo stuff, I bought a big bag for £8. One of my shorts actually did about 20,000 views on it, which is really weird. You can't get... I was about to go off track then. Paid £8 for a bundle of stuff. I went through it and just picked out all the different like collections. So I'll be listing them as time goes on. Kyle's picked that up for £12. I really appreciate you, Kyle. Sorry for the confusion, mate. Stefan, aka TD Max S6995, has picked up my North Face jumper. I paid £40. I wore it for a while and I've sold it again for £40. It's a really, really nice one. A lot of you wanted this, but when I put it up, you didn't realise how big it was. It was a size XL. So obviously a lot of you didn't want it. But yeah, I paid £40 for this. I've had it for the year. I've worn it. I've had my time with it. I go off clothes. They're like, oh, I love them, love them, love them, love them, love them. Go away, and I sell them. Still a lovely piece, of course. Massively appreciate that, Stefan. I took the mickey out of his name because I remember saying to him before, like, I couldn't TD and you messaged and said, and I haven't changed my username yet, sad face. Don't you worry, son. Don't you worry. I appreciate it, mate. Oh, that was right as well. You sent me an offer first, and I said, I'm really sorry, but I actually can't accept the offer because I'm just trying to break even on it. I would have just put it on eBay in the end. Stuart has said, all right, mate, currently watching you on YouTube as we speak. Keep up the good work. He's the one that picked up the Yoke watch and the Scuderia skate roller things. They light up and stuff and things. I paid like £4 for them. Didn't realise they weren't worth like massive resale value. And that was part of the bundle. Stuart's paid £3 for it all. Massively appreciate you, brother. I did let him know that I was actually just off to Birmingham when it was all bought. Same with a few of these, to be fair. £3.60 we have sold a Le Creuset bag. Jules says, thanks for accepting the offer. Most welcome. Thank you. This Le Creuset tote bag I actually got in a charity shop with my stuff. I was standing behind somebody and they were just about to get a bag and they pulled this one out and I was like, oh. And they said, that one's too big, I don't want that one. I was like, cool. So when it was my turn, I said, can I have the lovely orange bag, please? I had to pay like 30p for it to use it. 30p for a second-hand bag. I mean, I'd have paid that if it was for sale, so whatever. Sold it for £3.60. Jules, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Well, Julie, maybe. Your username's Jules. Jules or Julie. And last but not least for Vinted, we have sold the Barbie Ice Skater. I sold the other one for about the same price. I paid £5 for the pair, so £2.50 each. It's a lovely looking one. That is what it is. It's never been used. It's open, but never been used. Everything's still there. Avon Barbie Victorian Ice Skater. £16.50. And that is all for Vinted. We're going to move straight into eBay because, like I said, there isn't many on there at all. I haven't been listing and I didn't schedule anything or whatever else. So do you remember, I don't know if you was with me, we was on a video the other day and I got a message come through from somebody asking to combine both of the Mucho mirrors that I've got for £70. I said, yeah, sure. By the time I had a chance to, or by the time they had a chance to do anything, somebody brought one and paid full price, $39.99 for one, which was the summer, yeah, this summer one. So they paid $39.99 for it. Bearing in mind, I've had these listed for ages and I've had no interest, and all of a sudden somebody wants to buy them both, and then all of a sudden 2 other people come and buy them separately. That's what I'm getting anyway. So £43.98 for this one, summer one. I think I paid £5 each for them. And the spring one sold on an offer for $35.99 all in, to a completely different person. Yeah, different people. Different to the person that asked to combine them, and then 2 completely different people bought them. Very, very strange indeed. It's funny how the algorithm works sometimes, isn't it? £20 all in for the Simpsons Season 5. I'm starting to sell these now, my goodness. I've had them sat. I've paid £25 for a bundle and I've not sold any of them. And then now I have. I sold one the other day for £15 something to Luke Tucker. Appreciate you, Luke. And this one is sold now for £20. It's unused Otto one, Season 15. Still got the seals on the top. I think when you get them originally, they do have like a cling film over it as well, but these ones don't. but they're still sealed inside. £20 on that. A Lego bundle has sold mega cheap, man. Ah, flopped on this one. I'll put a screenshot up of what's there. There is Star Wars stuff, there are Stormtrooper helmets, different variations of helmets, different Stormtroopers, different weapons, different Lego City, vintage Lego, just minifigures and accessories. Sold on auction for a grand total of £13.50 plus post, £17.49. I had £3.99 postage on that for some reason. Yeah, fumbled the bag there. And another very cheap item that I sold, you're actually sitting on it, and I think it's very cheap. I'm going to show you. We have sold this little wicker basket thing. If you remember, I paid £1 for this, filled with loads of doorstops. I've actually washed the doorstops just the other day, so I'll get around to listing them now. And I listed this, starting bid £25, and it sold for one bid £25. Now, the sort of prices I'm seeing on things like this is astronomical, but also a lot of it's not. It's really all over the place. You've got £40 to £4,000 on these. Ah, yes, so I don't know if I've sold it massively cheap or not, but regardless, it doesn't matter too much because I paid one singular pound for that and loads of other stuff. So I'm not mind. I just, when it comes to like mid-century stuff or like older stuff like that, I never know if I'm using the right keywords. I've put mid-century rattan and brass, boho, not boho like B-O-H-O, or Borehouse, is that how you say it? Style waste paper bin planter basket. It's either undersold or it's sold for what it's worth. But I paid £1, so who cares? £29.99 all in on that. Fantastic, and that's all the sales that I've got to show you for this Friday. So I am going to have a quick little run. I'm not going to talk too much about it. I did a video on it, do you know what I mean? Quick little rundown. So the eBay open. So this arrived yesterday. I got one, Jamie got one, I'm guessing everyone else. These are like runner-up commiseration prizes for the eBay Community Contribution Awards. So we didn't get the 10 grand or the trophy or the one-to-one support or the £100 credits, whatever it's called. We got a coffee mug and a coffee, what are these called again? Flask thing? Shit, what are they called? Travel mug. Why is my bike? Well, that's bothering me. Anyway, whatever, cool. That is this. I like it. I still like it. All these little things are like little tokens of my journey. You know, the YouTube clapperboard and all those kinds of things. I am going to turn that into a plaque one day. All these little things are like nice little tokens of my journey. Do you know what I mean? Things to look back on. So, what did I think of the eBay Open 2025 without talking to you from my hotel bed on a quick snippet? I enjoyed my time there. I did. I really enjoyed my time. It wasn't, I never went there with expectations to like learn stuff because I can't get involved in things like that. My brain can't take it in. I get disinterested very quickly. I just do my own thing and take in whatever I need to. And Emma has started vacuuming, of course. Yes, dude! Tell them off and put it there. So yeah, it was never a thing where I was going to go to and try and learn to be the best version of myself on eBay. I just had a little wander around, had a mooch, met some people and learned whatever I could that sort of stuck with me or that I just happened to catch. Like the thing where if you send an item and it's claimed it's not arrived and then you refund the customer and then all of a sudden the tracking updates and saying that it's arrived, eBay will now give you that money back. eBay will fund that as long as you bought the label through eBay themselves. Why now? Why now? Why now? Listen. Put the mic up to the ceiling. I'm grateful, I'm thankful, it's fine. I met a lot of people, of course. I am going to forget names, I have tried to sit and think about this before I did the video, but I can't remember them all, I really can't. But the people that I did meet, that I haven't met before, were exactly as I thought they'd be. They carry themselves the same way on YouTube. Apart from John Shepherd. I mean, John Shepherd does carry himself the same way on YouTube, but he wasn't in his Aggie mode, if that makes sense. I think he has come to realise now that the way he comes across on YouTube isn't doing him no favours at all. You know, getting involved in stuff that he doesn't need to be getting involved in. I learned that quite early on. I remember my first year, I was involved in all sorts of stuff. I'd respond and retaliate and justify and argue. And then I got to a point where I was like, what am I doing, man? I'm arguing with pixels on the screen. Who cares? And I'd stop getting involved in stuff then. Unless I really had to, of course. But like bickery bits, no. But yeah, John was sound. George Ross was George Ross. Reseller George was Reseller George. I saw him, obviously he put that video out just before we went, and there's a few bits in there that was obviously about me, talking about exposing resellers and stuff. So I walked past him, I nudged him. Obviously I was joking with him, and I said, hello mate, shook his hand, and somebody went, I heard you two have got beef. Beef! Number one, I'm not going to have beef with anybody on YouTube like that. It's never going to happen. Not anymore. Like I said, not after my first year of being on here. It's never going to happen. And especially George. What am I going to gain from having beef from George? I don't mean anything by that, by the way. It's just a lovely chap, isn't he? Like, imagine beefing with George. It's like beefing with your little brother or something. Luke, simply reselling, same as you'd expect. I mean, everybody was. There was nobody where I was like, oh, you're different to in real life. Nick and Andrew, exactly as they are on camera. Tom, the English picker. Andrew Nolan, of course, is Andrew Nolan. Money mental. He was money mental. He was as he was. Everybody was just as they were. So there was no, like, shock surprises. One of the shock surprises I did have is a lot of people said to me, you're a lot taller than I thought you would be on your videos. I don't know how I come across on my... I'm like... I was going to stand up for you then. I can't bothered. I mean, I guess I am... tall. I don't know, like, what am I, 6'2", I think, something like that. But anyway, a lot of people was like, oh, you're a lot taller than you look on your videos. Like, how do you look a certain height on your videos? I don't understand it. But anyway, yes, I've met a lot of people that I've watched on YouTube, and I've now put flesh to faces and stuff, and lots of you guys who watch the videos but don't make content and you comment. You were all so lovely. There was a lot of people that came up to me. You guys are fantastic. There was so many hellos, and I love your channel, and I watch what you do, and you've inspired this, and I inspire you. Honestly, it was like an eye-opener, for me to take, even though I don't take this for granted anyway, and I hope that comes across. I don't take this for granted, but it's really made me appreciate it even more, seeing real people giving me the feedback as opposed to it being written and typed on the screen, which is still powerful, but when you hear it from somebody face to face, it's like humbling. So yeah, it was really nice experience. I learned a couple of little bits and pieces, but I was never there to like sit in workshops and learn specifically about this and specifically about that. But what is going to come is very AI driven, and that seller support thing. Everybody was expecting eBay. I wasn't. I'll be honest with you, and I'll tell you my reasons why. Everybody was expecting eBay to announce 0 fees. It's not going to happen. You need to understand that Vinted make their money by charging buyers fees, and the fees are like 3.4% or something like that, is it? Is that right? 3.4%? So the fees that Vinted make by charging buyers only and not sellers is 3.4%. That's how they started, and that's how they've grown their business. That's how their business is molded and how it works. eBay charge sellers around 12 to 18% depending on what it is. Yeah? They can't charge the buyer an extra 12% to 18% on an item and not charge sellers, because the buyers just won't buy. And eBay also can't just do that and change it from 12% to 3%, because then it changes the whole of eBay's business model. They can't just go from all of a sudden collecting 12 to 18% plus promoted plus whatever else to all of a sudden knocking off 9% of what they take. Their revenue, their stockholders, their shareholders will load barrels and start aiming. It just wouldn't work. So for them to align with Vinted when it comes to free fees for sellers, there's going to have to be a drastic change, and I just can't see it ever happening. There is ways that they could make it a little bit less for us, or simplified, which they said they are. They said they're going to simplify the fees soon. Instead of you getting into your fees and it says ad fee, promoted fee, this fee, that fee, VAT on that, VAT on postage. It's terrible at the moment. It would be nice if it goes back to the old days of 10% or whatever they want to do, 15%, and that's it. It's 15%, done. There's no 15% plus VAT, plus promoted listing, plus stop. But I think to expect a company that has been running on the basis that they are now, their whole business is, it's like you're running your reselling business and your average selling price is £26, and that is how you keep everything afloat, because you make sure that you're making at least an average of £26 per item. And then all of a sudden you're expected to do a complete 180 and change your business and only get £11 an item. You can't sustain it, especially not that quick. So I don't think free fees are ever going to come on eBay. I think simplified and reduced is a possibility, and it can, and it really can. It is feasible. Whether it will happen, I don't know. But it was a good experience. I wouldn't go every single year. I don't think I would get value from it every single year unless I was going just purely for the meetup, which is what I was going for this time, really. Plus a little bit of like, oh, what's this all about, you know? But outside of that, it's definitely not a yearly occurrence thing for me. But it was fun. It was good. It was entertainment. The eBay staff were great. I met people from every Pitney Bowes, Royal Mail, all different companies, and it basically was a social thing. I'm waffling on now, and I'm very, very sorry for that. But I appreciate you for watching. Have a nice weekend. I don't think we're going to get any car boot sales because that rain is piddling down out there. It's coming down on us, but yeah, let's get this packed up and get these customers sorted. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Give it a little like and a subscribe if you can. I'd appreciate that. Helps the channel more than you know. See you in a bit.